It was awesome.
A little bit of a rough start.
It was. I bogeyed the first 2 holes, and then after that, we got a couple birdies. We ended with a birdie. I think we were like shot 70 something, but it was a good day. Great caddy work by Davis. Great caddy work.
The reason behind your success today?
The reason behind my success today was Zach Johnson and Ryan Palmer giving me lessons the whole time. I was just asking questions. It'd be like I was a kid in a candy store. You're playing with pros, Masters champ, and I was just asking questions, just trying to learn, because I love golf. And so I was asking them questions, and they had no problem helping, reading putts for me, all that kind of stuff. So today was just a dream come true for me, really, just being a golf fan. So it was a lot of fun.
Was it the same with Drew? I mean, he said it's the most extensive time you spent together. Did you try to avoid talking shop, or did you try to get in?
Oh, no. Him and I, we were early in the offseason. I talked to him and picked his brain for a long time. I always feel bad because I know the kids and all that, because I get it. But we planned a time. I picked his brain about a million different things, and just learning from him, because I'm here now. Like, I'm settled in. We're not trying to find a school, find this, and that. Like, so this off season, it was like, okay, I'm just here to get better. I'm not looking for a house, and all that. So I learned so much from him, and just that. But me, I don't want to share and all that kind of stuff. But it was so valuable. And then today he's asking questions about how things are going and this and that, and I'm asking him questions about things he thought versus certain looks. And so we try to just enjoy each other's company and have fun, but at the end of the day, it's like we can't help ourselves. Yeah.
You are, though, learning a new offensive system this year. How's that going? What do you like about it?
It's it's been a lot of fun. Like this, I've learned a lot of different systems, a lot of different verbiage. A lot of the verbiage here is very similar to what I remember with, Coach Gruden and other areas. And so learning the words and learning that kind of stuff hasn't been too hard. Protection-wise, too, I've done the same kind of stuff that they've done. So for me, I have a lot of, obviously, experience to rely on. But just the way the game is called, the way they do things, it's going to look different to our fans, than from what they're used to, from what I was used to last year. It's going to look different, it's going to feel different, but I think it's going to be great. I think it's good for our guys, help us play fast, as just individuals and as a collective unit. So I'm excited about it.
I think while you were playing golf, James Hurst announced his retirement on social media. Just your initial thoughts on that coming from the kind of player he was at first.
Yeah, I knew. We had obviously discussions, about, anyone who once you get up past 10 years, especially at the O-line and all that kind of stuff, like those talks start happening in your head. And, I didn't read his thing. I don't know the reasons and all that kind of stuff. But, just his impact he made on our locker room, the friend he was to me, the teammate he was to me when we went through our struggles early on, just him as a teammate, putting his arm around me, letting me know, we know this is going to pass. You're fine. It just all that stuff matters. And he is one of those guys. And so, as a teammate, as a leader, he was someone I looked up to and loved as a teammate. And I'm going to miss him. I'm happy for him. Anytime you can accomplish what he's accomplished, what's the average? 2 years. 3 years. And he's well beyond that. So I wish him nothing but the best. Prayers for him and his family that they just have a great time of spending time. They got more time together now, but hopefully he still comes around, because I just love him. He's just one of those guys you love being around.
How much interaction have you gotten to have with the new coaching staff this early in the offseason program, and what have your impressions been so far of that?
Yeah, I've quite a bit.
With the CBA rules and stuff.
I go in there and there's so many rules now, and honestly, when I came into the league, it's different now. Like, can't do this, you can't do that, but obviously you get to meet them and you get to know who they are as a person, their family, they're married and all that kind of stuff. You start to build that relationship. That's what this time is for. You see them walking into the meal room, you say, hi, oh, what's up, man? Like, get to know each other, how each other clicks, how it works. And, I've loved Andrew, I've loved Clint, I've known Dub since I was very young. Dub knows things about me that no one else knows, and I just love that whole group. The O-line coaches, obviously we know Clancy, Derek, the running back coach. You get around them, you feel their energy, you feel their excitement for the players we have, and then you feel our excitement for what they can bring also. And so I can't wait to get in-depth meetings and that kind of stuff with them, because their demeanor, the way they carry themselves, fully confident, but just, hey, we're about the process. Like, you know, in this game and in any profession, it's all about the process, and hopefully your process is good and you end up with good results. And so my interactions with them so far have been, I would say, 2 thumbs up, man. They've been awesome.
When you find out who the official hires, I mean, are you hammered away at Vikings video and Bears video and like learning their tendencies like you would study it?
Yes. I have watched more random film of other teams, you know, just leading up to this process than because I just want to be ready. And our city, our team, our organization, they deserve that out of me and from me. Saying I'm attacking it the way I was attacking last year, but I learned some things last year, you know, about how to attack it better, and really diving into that this time. And so, you know, it's cool to be on this side of it. Now we're welcoming them into the city. You know, we're showing them, you know, this is how we do things in the building. This is what this looks like, and that part of it's cool.
How much impact have you had with them? You know, interaction as far as input, I should say.
Yeah.
In the offense, how much are they asking you what you like?
Yep. There's some things that, you know, you sit down and in conversation, you know, they know what I like, you know, I know what they like. You start to get a feel for it, and then you see what blends, and then you also see where I could reach over the table a little bit and where they could reach over a little bit, and make this thing awesome from the get-go. And that's the goal for us right now, is how do we get so unified and cohesive together. But yeah, they absolutely have asked, and you appreciate that as a veteran quarterback. You know, I am a people pleaser. You come in and say this is the way, that's the way. Perfect. I'm going to do that.
You said it's going to look different to fans. How's it going to look different?
I can't say that yet. I'll let you guys. You know, I don't want to be the one. You know, I'll let you guys see, like, at practice, and, you know, just the way. And it's hard too in practice because it's not the flow of a game and how they're calling it and what they're trying to do, but just their philosophy that I've learned so far, just hearing them talk. I just know I can't say yet, but it's just going to look different. It'll be fun. It'll be good. One
word that Dennis Allen has used almost every time he's described it is play action, and obviously we saw a lot of success that you had later in the year. Is that going to be a big part of it, and is that something you can actually reveal? Or?
Oh yeah. That, I mean, I think anyone who's watched anyone from that tree, you know, that's a big part of what they do, and you know, the run game and the play action, everything looking the same, mirroring it like that. For years, I mean, I go back to being as a kid watching, you know, the Shanahan offense with the Broncos. Like, for years, the run for the first 5 seconds, it's like, oh nope, they're out the backside, you know, and it's had success for a long time. And so it's going to be on us as players to be able to execute it for them, but we're excited about that part of it.
How much could that be good for you, though? Like, do you embrace that being a bigger part of your?
Play action is 10 out of 10 for me. I have always loved it, always been a fan, always been in favor. So that's exciting for me. Yeah.
Dennis said that he relied maybe on your brother a little bit during the process to find out of Clinton, the Kubiak family. Have you relied on him at all, or asked David what his?
I did. I did, and you know, one of the cool things, you know, I was so young at the time, he didn't really tell us much, but when he left Houston, he actually said Gary Kubiak spent a week researching teams, looking just to make sure he landed in a good place, like that fit him, and he gave him you know, he I was like, no coach does that, you know. So it just tells you about the character of the family, you know. We were talking, like, if you had got to play golf with anyone, who would you want to play with? And Clint's answer was, I'd love to play with my dad and my brothers. And I'm like, man, if that doesn't speak to who he is as a person, his character, what he values, you know, that stuff is exciting. So hearing that from my brother, anyone we hired, I'm asking whoever I think knows them questions. And obviously my brother knew their family well, and it was all rave reviews about their character and who they are.
And with the draft around the corner, just what would a new lineman maybe mean?
Hey, I don't know, you know. But I will say this, like, I know that whoever's about to show up, you know, they just got to be ready to work. Our team right now is in such a good place in our work ethic and what we're doing. I mean, they're getting after us right now, and we're trying to take it right back at our strength staff. You know, like, so whoever we get, as long as they're ready to work, I think it's going to fit perfect. Because Mickey, those guys, they've been very successful at doing this for so long. So we're excited whoever we get, but anytime you add big guys. It's never a bad thing to a quarterback.
But how do you feel though about how would you describe the state of the offensive line with retirements and free agency departures, and just it seems from the outside like there's a bit of uncertainty, and obviously that's a position group that quarterbacks care about.
Yeah, we love those guys. That's why we buy them Christmas gifts, every year. I think one thing I do know is the people that are in our building, I fully trust. Now, outside of that, if you add people and you want to, Mickey thinks we need another one here, I think that this is the perfect group to be with because of their work ethic, because of the leadership that Eric has, and Caesar and Ram and all those guys. And I think the mindset, the coolest part to me is the mindset of some of those guys that maybe didn't have the year that they wanted and things like that. They've come in and you're like, oh wow, the way they're working, the way they're attacking things, that excites me. And so I always believe, man, whoever's in that building, man, that's what we have. That's what we're going for. Whoever we add on top of that is just like icing on the cake to us. So you always attack it with, this is what we're doing. This is how we have to plan to win. And if there's something else, then you adjust from there.
So you mentioned Ram. Are you able to keep up with his recovery?
Oh yeah, I check in on him. Saw him. Anytime I see Ram, it's a good day. And so how he's feeling, all that kind of stuff. Ram, he's a man of few words. And so he's like, I was like, how you doing? He's like, good. It's like, all right, perfect. I don't even want to know anything else. So I think we all love Ram. We all hoping the recovery is perfect and all that kind of stuff. And especially as a quarterback, that's one of my favorite people on the team. Just the way he goes about his business. But I think he's doing good.
Was there anything you learned about yourself and this team in the offseason that maybe you couldn't see when y'all were in the middle of it? Like, you had to take a step back for a month or two before you reassess?
Yeah, I think, yes, absolutely. Sorry, I didn't mean to stop. Absolutely. So, I thought early on, obviously, there's an adjustment period that none of us wanted to go through. Clearly, none of us wanted to go through. But I thought that we made such strides in that moment that once you got on the outside looking in and we were just freely playing at the end, the last, 5 or 6 games, whatever it was. We're freely playing, we're unified, we're hanging out, we're FaceTiming, eating breakfast together, we're doing things together, dinners, all that. I saw that it was a lot lighter. We weren't pressing. We were enjoying, the process. We were enjoying rather than feeling the weight of what we thought we could do. And, usually when you're tight, it doesn't end well. And we proved that it didn't end well in the beginning. It was so up and down. And so the main thing for us is just coming in with that same hunger that we have, but let's just do it in a free, unified, let's enjoy what we're doing. We're out there conditioning, they're running us and guys are throwing up and, but it's like no one's stressed about it. It's like, yeah, this is what we do, man. Like, come on, they're helping each other out. Like, it just feels lighter, I guess, so to speak. There's no pressing, there's no, we feel the urgency of what we want to do, but I just feel like there's so much freedom in relationships and freedom in the, in our locker room and things like that, where, like, I don't feel guys are pressed, feel like I got to do it right now, or I got to, even myself, I feel freer. I feel freer as a leader to be all that I am and who I am, and just trying to be better in every way for my teammates in that area too. I think that's as you take a step back, you're like, wow. Like I told my wife, anything my teammates want to do this offseason, I'm there. Juwan calls me cornhole, yep, there. Everything else is a back burner, because I saw that when we did this, the results were better. And so hopefully that is a good answer for you.